According to a study done in 2023, about 92% of all Americans fail to follow through on their New Year's resolution, and just over half of these people end up giving up within the first month. Ever since the very concept of New Year's resolutions was actually put into practice, people have just been consistently failing to accomplish their goals. It's gotten so bad that within recent years, the term New Year, New Me has actually become sort of a joke. A term that was once used to inspire change is now no more than cannon fodder and crappy source material for memes and shitposts all across the internet. So where did it all go wrong? A good way to explain this depressing trend is with the law of inertia, Newton's first law. Specifically the part that says that objects at rest tend to stay at rest. During the first few days of the new year, this law is kind of ignored. 2025 just hit, everyone's super hyped, everyone's ready to change their life around, and they're feeling really motivated. That's the main driver, motivation. You know, it's this big thing that everyone else is doing, and so you're kind of expected to do it too, right? And so you do. You get started on your goals, you buy a gym membership, you go to the gym for a few days, maybe even a few weeks if you're lucky. But then all of a sudden, all that inertia starts to fade. That motivation you had previously is now gone for some reason. Nobody's hyped up anymore. Nobody really sees a reason to keep going. Or maybe logically you do, it's just you don't feel like doing it. Like no matter how hard you try, you can't get out of bed and go to the gym. You can't get up and just write a script for your new YouTube video. In fact, this isn't even my first YouTube channel. I started off making Roblox videos just for the fun of it. Video go viral. I decided to take it more seriously, but eventually that channel flopped. And so I went on to this one. I switched games. I went from playing this one Roblox game to a more popular one, but the same exact thing happened. The video blew up. I got thousands of views, hundreds of new subscribers. I got super hyped, started making videos. For a few months of achieving the same disappointing results, it just didn't really matter then. I kind of lost hope, and so the cycle began again. I made some videos, wasn't able to stick to it long enough. People weren't interested, and so I quit again. But what happens when you don't give up? What happens when you actually keep going? Anyways, I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is that motivation is not going to get you in. Motivation hasn't helped me, it hasn't helped you, it hasn't helped anyone to achieve their goal. And the law of inertia comes in when you finally go back to that state of rest, when all the motivation is gone, the physics engine turns on again, and you find yourself unable to move, unable to go anywhere, unable to progress in life. And so I guess this is what this is kind of about. Achieving your goals is much more than just finding the motivation. It's much more than just picking some special date, some point in time where you can be all hyped up and be like, well, this is the start of a new me. This is my launch point. This is where I make myself into a better person. This is where it all begins. And the question I have to all those people that think that the new year is some kind of chance to make themselves a new person, what's preventing you from just doing that at any other point in the year? Like seriously. If you actually wanted to achieve your goals, you would have done it last January. You would have done it even last December, during Christmas, if you really wanted to. Motivation is not good enough. So what else are you supposed to use? Discipline. And when I hear the word discipline, typically what I think of is it involves scolding, it involves punishment, it involves just a lot of negative emotions. Discipline isn't something that any of us are comfortable with. And that's kind of the point. The point of discipline is to make yourself comfortable with being uncomfortable. For the most part, I have been historically a very lazy person. This is a common trait that many people share. There's nothing to be ashamed. But you have to understand that just because you are lazy, that does not give you an excuse to not try and achieve your goals. Anybody can develop the discipline to accomplish their goals. It's just most people don't know how. Basically, the whole concept of discipline and disciplining yourself is putting yourself in situations that you don't want to be in. Seeing something that you don't want to do and then doing it anyways. That is the only way to build discipline. You have to get used to the yuckiness. You have to get used to being uncomfortable. And so a way to do this is, let's give an example. The next time you don't want to do your laundry, or you don't want to clean your room, or you don't want to go work out, break it down into steps. And I don't mean just make like a really ridiculously long list to complicate the process or anything like that. Just think of the most basic thing that you can do to get started. Like if you want to get ready to go to school, the first thing that you should think about while you're sitting there laying in bed, dreading the day in front of you is, what is the first thing I can do? Well, I can remove the sheets from my body. I can place my feet on the ground, walk into the bathroom, and brush my teeth, or whatever it is, or whatever order you do your stuff in the morning. And then just go from there. Because back to the law of inertia, objects that are at rest tend to stay at rest. If you just stay in bed, nothing's going to happen. The longer you stay there, the more likely it is that you're not going to do anything. If you get started with even the smallest thing, like reaching up to grab the blanket off of you, or the sheets off of you, whatever, you will give yourself exponentially higher odds to actually get the thing done. I use this methodology when I make my videos. If I say I don't want to make a script, I don't want to make a video today, which is the method that I use today, which is why I'm going to be setting myself on a course for success for this YouTube channel. I said I didn't want to do it, and so I was like, well, I'll just set a timer for 2 minutes. Now you can do this for longer or whatever, but I set myself a timer for 2 minutes just to open a Google Doc and write stuff. And if I didn't like doing it by the end of those 2 minutes, then I would stop doing it. I'd move on to something else. I'd go play video games. I'd go do whatever. And this can apply to homework. This can apply to working out. Like you just do 5 push-ups, or you just write your name at the top of the paper. But my point is if you just start something, it will give you momentum to go forward. The second part of Newton's first law, objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Once you start writing your name on that paper, once you do those first steps to get out of bed, you will have created momentum. You will have generated a force to guide you throughout your day. Okay, that sounds like something Master Yoda would say. I don't know why I'm speaking like a Star Wars movie, but you get my point. Start the day off with something simple. Over the summer, I read this book called Make Your Bed. It was a thing that we were required to do for our freshman year for English class. And at first I really hated it. I don't really like reading books, but every day I just kind of forced myself to get up and read a chapter. And new robot here, by the way. This is the next day. I got kind of burned out and it was really late. Dogs were barking, whatever. The one thing that I took away from this book was that you should always start your day off with a task completed. A made bed to motivate you to get up and actually complete the rest of the day. And it also serves as something that you can come back to at the end of the day to be proud of yourself. Something that allows you to go to bed easier. Really, it serves a lot of purposes, like helping you get a better sleep schedule, but I'm getting off topic here. The point is, start your day off with a task completed. And just to go a bit off script here, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. The reason I didn't post this video on New Year's or on January 1st is because this is kind of like the time of the year post New Year's Eve where people have started to lose that kind of motivation that I was talking about. All of that social motivation to accomplish your goals is starting to fade right about now. And so I just wanted to make this video just to kind of like give you some tips if you find that you're actually struggling to uphold your New Year's resolutions. I guess there are probably 2 things that you should take away from this video. The first thing is manage your expectations. Don't set goals that you know you're not going to be able to achieve, because you're just setting yourself up to disappoint yourself and then cause further roadblocks further down in life. The second thing is just start small. Like, you obviously have to have some goals, and not all of them can be really tiny, insignificant things, like remembering to drink water or something stupid like that. But start small, you know? If you want to do something like get a gym membership and actually start working out, don't even start with buying a gym membership. Just do some push-ups. Just, like, work out at home, do a few simple exercises every single day, until you actually, like, work up the confidence to be able to actually go to the gym. It's all about starting small. That's how all goals are accomplished. You know, it took me years to actually get the experience I needed to be able to create the quality of YouTube videos that I make. I say quality, and it's like it's Rocket League gameplay with some guy with a fancy microphone talking in the background, but you know, it's whatever. One last thing before I end off the video, I just wanted to say thank you to all the awesome people that commented on the last video. You know, you guys are kind of the only reason that I make these videos in the first place. But anyways, here are my favorite comments. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next one. Peace.